The death of the middle class. Is it too late to save it? The middle class, traditionally viewed as the backbone of economic stability and prosperity, is increasingly under threat. For decades, the middle class symbolized financial security, achievable dreams, and upward social mobility. Today, however, mounting economic pressures and systemic issues are jeopardizing this essential demographic, prompting urgent discussions about whether it is too late to reverse the decline. Over the past 50 years, the middle class in many developed nations, especially the United States, has seen a significant reduction in size. Data from the Pew Research Center illustrates a striking decline, with individuals identifying as middle class dropping from 61% in 1971 to roughly 50% today. This shrinkage underscores growing economic inequality and a widening wealth gap that disproportionately impacts middle-income families. Several economic factors contribute significantly to this erosion. Foremost among these is wage stagnation. Despite significant increases in worker productivity over the past few decades, real wages have not seen proportionate growth. Inflation-adjusted wages for middle-class workers have remained relatively flat, diminishing their purchasing power. This stagnation contrasts sharply with rising executive compensation and shareholder profits, highlighting the uneven distribution of economic gains. Concurrent with wage stagnation is the rapid escalation of essential living costs. Housing, healthcare, education, and childcare expenses have surged dramatically, vastly outpacing average wage increases. Housing affordability, in particular, poses a critical challenge. Median home prices have escalated substantially, pushing homeownership beyond the reach of many middle-class families and forcing them into prolonged renting scenarios, which further inhibit wealth accumulation. Healthcare costs also disproportionately burden middle-class families, absorbing increasingly larger portions of household budgets. Medical expenses have consistently risen faster than inflation, exacerbating financial vulnerability. Many families face difficult choices between healthcare and other essential expenses, underscoring the precarious financial reality many middle-class individuals now experience. Growing debt burden is another significant pressure point for middle-class households. Consumer debt, encompassing mortgages, student loans, and credit card balances, continues to climb. This escalating debt severely limits economic flexibility, restricts investment opportunities, and significantly increases financial fragility, especially in periods of economic downturn. Economic policies and global market dynamics further compound these challenges. Recent trade policies, including tariffs and protectionist measures, have inadvertently increased consumer prices and destabilized employment markets. For instance, tariffs aimed at protecting domestic industries have frequently resulted in higher costs for everyday goods, disproportionately affecting middle-class consumers. Furthermore, automation and globalization have reshaped employment landscapes, often to the detriment of middle-income jobs. Traditional manufacturing and service sector jobs, once reliable sources of middle-class income, have increasingly been automated or outsourced to lower-cost regions. The resulting job displacement forces many middle-class workers into lower-paying positions, exacerbating economic insecurity and diminishing social mobility. This phenomenon is not unique to the United States. Globally, countries such as Germany and the United Kingdom have also witnessed middle-class shrinkage. Housing crises in major European cities, rising living costs, and employment instability due to economic shifts reflect a universal challenge confronting middle-income families worldwide. Addressing this crisis requires comprehensive policy actions aimed at stabilizing and revitalizing the middle class. First, significant policy interventions to enhance wage growth are critical. Implementing robust labor protections, increasing minimum wage standards, and incentivizing businesses to offer fair compensation aligned with productivity gains can help restore wage equilibrium. Secondly, addressing housing affordability through increased investment in affordable housing projects, mortgage assistance programs, and policy initiatives aimed at controlling speculative housing market practices can significantly alleviate pressures on middle-class families. Government-backed healthcare reforms aimed at reducing medical costs and expanding accessible, affordable healthcare coverage would similarly provide essential relief. Educational reforms to address soaring higher education costs and alleviate student loan burdens would further strengthen middle-class economic stability. Investments in vocational training, workforce development, and skills enhancement programs could equip individuals to adapt to rapidly evolving employment landscapes impacted by automation and globalization. Debt relief measures and financial literacy programs targeting middle-class households could also provide immediate and tangible benefits, helping families manage debt effectively and enhance financial resilience. In conclusion, while the middle class faces substantial and multifaceted challenges, strategic and targeted policy interventions offer pathways toward revitalization. It is not yet too late to save this crucial economic demographic. However, concerted efforts across policy domains, economic, housing, healthcare, education, and employment are urgently required to reverse the decline and restore the middle class's critical role in fostering economic stability and equitable prosperity.